It's like having your heart ripped out and you're still alive, and you see in your heart pounding like that, you know. I think that's probably a good analogy.
Known for his bruising exploits on the rugby pitch, former Springbok winger Ashwin Willemse is in a tussle he says is tougher than anything on the field. Going through a messy divorce with his estranged wife, he says he's been unfairly prevented from seeing his 9-year-old son for 2 years.
As for my child, he deserves to see his dad. And I deserve to play a meaningful role in his life.
Willemse has been fighting an interim protection order granted against him after his spouse alleged Willemse was abusive and a danger to her and his family.
What is in the best interest of the child, right? So if your behavior justifies it's in the best interest of the child, then so be it. To date, nothing has been presented to me to substantiate that.
South Africa is a country ravaged by gender-based violence, with among the highest rates of reported rape and assault against women in the world. Estimates are that over 200,000 protection orders are granted every year to protect women in abusive relationships. But some argue this process is sometimes exploited.
Unfortunately, when I'm talking about the Domestic Violence Act, there you are, our law says it's supposed to say that you are innocent until proven guilty, as our politicians love to say. You're innocent until proven guilty. Unfortunately, when it comes to the Domestic Violence Act, you're guilty until you prove you're innocent. An interim order gets granted against you, and that interim order stands from the moment it's served on you without you having a chance to say your say. You then have to wait for your court date, which is quite often postponed. Especially now due to COVID. I've been to a number of domestic violence matters where there's not enough magistrates there and all domestic violence matters are postponed. Now the father, in terms of the interim order that is granted based on the unproven allegations that the mother said, is not allowed to see his children. Now 1 month becomes 3 months, becomes 6 months. Now suddenly the children are estranged from their father. Now we are told by the court, no, you are now only allowed to see your children but supervised. And we've done nothing.
Globally, there is a growing movement around the rights of fathers in gaining access to their children. Orok Robinson walked over 1,000 kilometers across South Africa to raise awareness around fathers being prevented access to their children.
Forgiveness and kind of acceptance has happened along this walk. All I want is my son. That's really all I've ever wanted.
Why does it keep growing if there's not an issue? Why does Time magazine 3 years ago write an article about the rise of the fathers' rights movement? Why is Fathers for Justice in the UK so active? Why does the fathers' rights movement in the US have 10 million supporters? So yes, men are trash, I guess, in certain instances. But what is not spoken about in this country is why are over 90% of interim protection orders dismissed under false accusation?
While it can't be disputed that the overwhelming number of divorces in South Africa are granted against men, as with any legal case, these matters are never clear-cut.
There's a lot of deadbeat men out there. Absolutely. There's a lot of violent men out there. But you know what I say the cause is of that? Men growing up in fatherless homes. Now you want to correct that. Have fathers teach their boys how to be men.
For Newsroom Africa, Channel 405, I'm Nicolaas Bauer in Johannesburg.